Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. All right. Keys. 19 keys. I got the alert. You know, everybody that's within my circle knows that I function with keys, man. Like you're a brother definitely from another mother. Um, I'm gonna sum this up. I'm doing this from scratch. This is not rehearsed. Um, I had to pray before I did this because I didn't want none of my masks to come on. Because I want you to understand, and I'm gonna use this technology as best as possible to transmit my energy, my sincerity in your direction. Um, I listen to what you say, and sometimes when I look at you, you definitely put me on blast when it comes to putting in the work, because I'm like, yo, Keys is really moving fast. I started watching you when I was trying to learn crypto back in 2022. Oh, no, 2021. The end of 2021, to be exact. The end of 2021. No. The end of 2022. Yes, the end of 2022. Because 2023 is the year that I started my sobriety. No, 2023, 2024. No. Wow, you just made me realize 2022 is the year that I started my sobriety. Okay. I mean, I'm 34, man, and like it's like now when I think about things, I really have to think about them. So it was 2022. Because March 17th is my sobriety date from alcohol. Now, I got out of a program, AAA, right? And in the midst of that program, I actually began to watch your high level conversations. I was like, yo, if this was not the perfect timing, like I feel like that was something definitely needed. And the fact that you're so successful at it, it's like, yo, why I didn't do this? You know what I mean? But I honor and salute that you do it. And man, it's like I'm thankful. I'm thankful for you reaching out, man. Like you don't even understand. Anyways, yo, Keys, peace to the gods. As you can see, my background is crump. You have some gunna. You know what I mean? Like I like the beats. I do music. We got some Melanie King. You know, these are the things that are my go-tos. Not really too much of the gunna, but yeah. So when we go to 19 keys, this is what pops up. Okay, 19 keys. These are my constant go-tos. So boom, right? This is one of my favorites, definitely.
Partnership. Well, to your point, Keys, because that is so it's we build with our
This is
brothers
where I stopped
as
at.
master problems.
This is where I stopped at, but not because I watched the whole video. But this is where I stopped at again because I actually end up meeting this brother right here, um, Nova Islam. Nova Islam. I think I'm saying it right. But I met this brother at a vegan festival out here in LA, and I couldn't think of the brother's name, but I remember watching him from here. And I'm like, yo, all I could say when I seen him was like, peace. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I just knew that I was going in the right direction with this. But on this video right here, what I love is how you have Queen Afua in her son who she raised, and you can see the great product of knowledge of self. You can see it through his whole aura. You can see it through her aura. Like, and I like when she talks about mothers, mothers basically like they give you life at the dinner table. You know what I mean? Like, she talks about how like the house is supposed to be the place of healing. Your home is supposed to be the place of healing. You know what I mean? And whenever I'm trying to learn someone on this type of stuff, I send them to this video because for one, it's a mature woman, right? So they won't get that little jealous vibe. They'll get more of a learning vibe because it's a mature woman. So let's get to it. I want to hear some of the stuff from her real quick.
That together now, we're building healthy families. I just had a session just last Sunday, and a woman was crying her heart, she was broken. She said, I cursed my children out. We're talking about using the word as medicine, word is power. And she said, okay, please, my children, forgive me for yelling, for cursing, for being mad, for my past relationships. She started to cry and just weep. And then the husband showed up. He just came out of the room. This is on, in class. We're visually seeing it, all 100 of us. And he goes to hug her. I said, hug her in front of us. Hug her and embrace her for all the mothers and all the wives who don't have it, so we can get a vision. And he kissed her, he hugged her. And then he moved away and she just cried and wept more. And he just consoled her because he's also man, heal thyself. And under him was his baby. There was a baby. That baby was under him. That baby is now healing just because they're healing. Because they have reunited on the highest level, that they have been able to forgive their mothers and their fathers on the journey. Because if stolen people, all we can do is forgive our people for whatever has happened. Because how could we even think and stand? We are left for dead. It's only a resurrection through ourselves. So healing through the rites of passage. I have seen miracles happen within holistic miracles and natural. When you know who you are as a woman and you know who you are as a man, then all
That moment right there was super deep. And healing is key to a lot. Healing helps you navigate in the world a little better. How do I know this? Because when I was going down my journey, and I'm still on my journey, as I begin to forgive myself and be more compassionate to myself, have more compassion for myself, I realized how hard it was for me to do it for myself. And then I began to kind of say, you know what? This shit ain't easy. We all going through these same things. We're all going through them same things, and it's just like now when I see people, the first thing I do is I think with the healed version of me, like, yeah. Before I judge a person, I always try to understand them now. So I love this message when it comes to the healing. When the way she speaks of it, like she puts so much color on it for me. Like I don't know how many times I actually watched this video. And then to actually meet this brother in person, and it was really a vibe. It was like I felt like I had met family. Yeah, peace. So let's see what else we got here. Anunnaki with Black, that was a good one too. But I'm gonna go to another one. Yo, this joint right here, the first one. Where is it at? Is this the first one? 100 brain power, real haven, metric. I don't know which one was the first one out of these two. Let me see. I think it was this one, I want to say. I say it was this one. It had to be this
I'm
one.
gonna take in, this is what the customer said, this is what they said they don't like. I'm gonna build it based off the feedback. But there's so many people that are, they feel like they have to be perfect in order to step out there in the light. I don't mind you seeing my flaws, because I don't know a human being that's perfect.
Well, and I see you bending the knee to somebody, everybody else might celebrate you. I'm laughing at you. I know you. You understand what I'm saying? I know what it's doing to you to
Right.
do it. I know how you feel when you go outside because I know you didn't want to. I know how much it hurts to have to do that. So it becomes more like, you did that to do that? Think about, Rain Man. Like,
To pause it real quick. So I want to say that this had to be like the first one that I had probably seen. This had to be. Was this the first one? Yeah, I think this might have been the first one. Whatever the case, the first one that I seen was definitely with you and Dame Dash. And I was like, I showed my homie. I'm like, bro, we sat there and watched that shit like a movie. And at that moment, I'm like, yo, this gonna be the new wave of learning for certain people in the culture. That's what clicked when I seen that. Cause it's like, bro, an hour of hearing this information and you liking it, bro, you're learning. It's an easy way to learn. It's an easy way to learn. I love it. And then what I love about, I look like Kendrick Lamar back there. Yeah, show is. I never paid attention to that. What I love about you and Dame Dash though, bro, the way that y'all articulate, I could tell that you have respect for his experience. Y'all may not agree on everything. Y'all agree on a lot though. And you could tell that you really have a respect for his experience, and you can tell that he genuinely sees you as someone to help. Like you could tell, and you can also tell that he's inspired by you. I love it. Now I don't know if this the type of reaction that you was looking for, bro. Peace, but I can only be my authentic self, man.
Like somebody you go, y'all tease each other the whole nine, and you see them do some bullshit that's embarrassing, and they only do it in front of people that can see it, nobody else sees it, and you get to see it. Everyone else might respect it, but me and you both know I don't respect that.
Right.
We know what code we talking about. According to the code that we signed on to, you out the game. Cheating, you out the game. It don't matter what you got. It's like if you snitching, you free. It doesn't mean you free to me.
Right.
You ain't getting no.
I love when Dash talks, and I love the way he articulates. He does that well. Like the way he articulates, really like it puts your brain in the deep end of the pool. You cannot come without your whole mind, no diddy, when it comes to communicating. The art of communicating with my man's Dame, man. You gotta come correct. You gotta come correct. And Keys, you becoming correct. You know what I mean? Everybody can't get in the ring with Dame. Everybody can't do that. So I respect that. So right here, when Dame is talking about the code, the thing that I know has to suck for him is being in this world where that is like almost non-existent now. Like when you have a code with people this day and age, it's a very, very small group of people. But due to technology, you know what I mean? Like you actually can have a group with a lot of people in that way. However, like the street code and all of that type of stuff, I wouldn't say that it is dead, but like shit, niggas ain't really in the streets. Like everything that people is learning from off of here is from off of here. So it's like, I know it sucks because shit, like I can count on my hand about 5 friends that I got that I'm like, yeah, these my dogs. But then still, I'm like, any day, you know what I mean? Things can happen because that code is not something that the code has not been being pushed. But now with something like what we got going on, what you got going on, Keys, this is a platform for that. This is a platform for the people like me who I was able to find my tribe through this technology. You know what I mean? And instantly I knew the language. So, Dame, look, man, we live in a new world. But because of what you hold is so rare, you're going to always be all right. Because of what we have, this genuineness is so rare, you're going to always be all right in this type of world because people are always going to be looking for something real, especially with so much technology coming in. Peace.
No props for me. Selling out your friends is like snitching. It is snitching. You get no props. If somebody would pay you $1 billion to sell out or to snitch, would you do it?
No.
But
Yeah,
that's
that-
what it's
yeah,
the
Keys
equivalent
said
of.
no.
Selling out your friends for
Yeah.
money is the same thing
He
as
said that-
snitching.
That's
Yeah.
the culture we got now.
No, but
Everybody
what I'm
takes
saying
That
is
was a
no
knee-jerk
integrity.
reaction.
the question
though.
he was asking me is how do I get through that? Like,
Right.
So what I'm explaining to you is that's
the
my
mental
eyeball.
process.
That's my natural process.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, anybody, the way we grew up, the way I grew up, anybody can get money if they're a clown. We know that. We know anybody could get money. Anybody could get out of jail if they tell. We know
Yeah.
that. But I ain't respecting you because you're free.
Right.
Yeah.
You did what you did. No, in our game, you're successful if you don't go to jail. Period. But if you do go to jail,
Which we all know, and I just have to say this to express what I know. There's a ceiling on that. So you can only reach a certain height with your integrity before you reach that ceiling where your integrity got to go out the door. And I'm sensing from Dame, he never lost his integrity, so that means he only in that game had reached a height. I'm pretty sure even in this game that he got into, he started to realize like, damn, it's a ceiling here too when it comes to this integrity. So respect to Dame for staying solid. So far from what I've seen, Dame has been solid. Every little piece of the puzzle to Dame that's out here that I've seen, he's been solid. So peace. This is not no kiss ass shit. I really just respect when a man sticks to his principles. I know how hard it is. You know what I mean? So peace, love, and light to that.
a part of being a part of this game is that you can't tell. In the game of business or where I'm from, in my game with myself, if I could do it without being told what to do, without having to have a boss, if I could do it without selling out my friends, if I never ever cheat, that's the W. But if I gotta go pop, if I gotta make something that I don't like, if I have to compromise my morals or my integrity, if I gotta sell out my friends, if I have to do anything that's immoral, it doesn't count.
Right.
I don't care how much you get paid for it.
Right.
And again,
And I totally agree. And like I was just saying, I was talking to my boy the other day, and I actually been having this message for like the last week just on my heart. Like, in life, there's a language that the Most High is always speaking, whatever people want to call that thing. And it's not this thing, but the Most High, God, Allah, many names, but the energy, whatever. I'm just saying this for any type of attention that I grab from this video, any attention. I'm just, I'm trying to let y'all know that I am not here to judge. I know there's a lot of core beliefs out there. So anyways, I've been saying that, life is speaking a certain type of language, and the math is right when you have peace as the end result. So whenever you're in a situation and you're really, really peaceful about it, and you understand peace because you did the work to know that state, then at that moment in time, if your lights is really on, that's a moment to note that you're in the right place at the right time because you're at peace. Let's move along. Peace, peace. So let's go to another one. I'm gonna go to one that's up to date too.
Of the youth to be able to create.
Now, let me tell you what I love about this episode right here. One, I mess with Goldie. I could tell he gets a lot of his information. Well, not a lot of his information, but he talks a lot about manhood. And Andre Taylor was one of the individuals who first that broke a wall in my brain to understand the importance of manhood. I just got Andre Taylor in my brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, before you a pimp, before you are a businessman, before you are a preacher, pastor, whatever, what kind of man are you first? Who is the man? And whoever that man is, that's who you operate from, and you protect, and you honor, and you add to. The man, he gave me that. You know what I mean? I received that. No diddy. Pimpin' Ken, I read 48 Laws, the 48 Laws of the Game. Purse first, ass last. What kid said having one hoe is he said what having one hoe was close to having no hoes, and being broke is a motherfucking no. I love all types of information, especially if it helps me grow. But I love the fact that on this episode it was like it was all respect. And it wouldn't be something that you would think that will come from a 19 Keys. From the average motherfucker. I would expect something like this because it's high level conversations. You have to understand that everything operates on levels. There's the surface knowledge and there's that deep knowledge. And everybody meets up on these levels. Ken, for the game that he was in, he was on a super high level. A super high level. That's why he had to go to a different arena, because he was too big for that game. He was too big for that game. And I read The Art of Human Chess. Oh man, that was a cold piece, Ken. That was a cold piece. Oh man. Anyways, I love that you took that risk on this one right here. Okay. And it was kind of funny too to see Ken and Goldie had a little agree not to disagree moment, or whatever, however you call it. But it was funny, man. And even on that, I like the way that Goldie, he responded respectfully. And I like that Ken, said what he said respectfully. Because we men, sometimes it's going to get like that. You know what I mean? Because everybody is not supposed to 100% agree with you. Because I see the ball from this way, you see the ball from that way, but in truth, it's still a whole basketball that needs to be, you know, talked about. So I love that about that. Now on this joint right here, yeah, man. When you had this joint right here, was it this one? Let me make sure you ain't got two of them. Yep. Yo.
There's a Moorish proverb that says, if what you learn you can't do nothing with it, you wasted your time learning.
Whee!
You have to do something.
If what you learn you can't do nothing with it, you have wasted your time. That right there within itself should be like what everybody wakes up to in the morning. Yo. That's why I don't watch a whole bunch of information no more. Even on here, I think you talked about it, where you said how you skim through books. You get to the source. Like, you'll go look at, you know, the contents and be like, okay, I want to learn about that. I actually started to use that method after I seen it. I just to try. I mean, I like it. I like that method.
Something with everything that you're learning. As you have done your videos, your programs, your activities with all the different scholars that you've spoken to, if at the end of that, the people that are watching you can't do something with it, they wasted their time.
That's a fact.
You got to do something. Whoa, 19 Keys had the brother on. He dropped some knowledge. Let me do some research. That's why I spell words. For those that want to do that extra.
Yes, sir.
This is what we have to start doing. We have to understand who we are. We have to understand what this is. This is the kiss from the Creator. This is Ra. This is the sun enveloping you and kissing you and bringing you out of the darkness of your mother's womb with a divine destiny.
Yes, sir.
And each and every one of us is born with a destiny. In fact, we were born to fulfill the destiny to make the world a better place. So it's not even like after you're born, you figure out what you got to do. You were given your assignment before you were conceived.
Cause and effect of reality. If I do the same thing with wanting to be wealthy and I take on the habits of the wealthy man, I'm around him, I see how he does his finances, how his taxes, how he does his trust, how he does business, branding, marketing, sales, management, right? How he sets up his whole system. If I take on those habits that he has, that's what I'm forced to get. So we want unity, but we don't have the habits of unity. Because we focus on the outcome, but we don't have the habits of the process.
For sure.
Right? And so we have to be a people.
Everybody want to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. We gotta
that
go
get
through
back
the
to
process.
the focus of the process.
We
That's
got
it.
to.
Right? What is the process of family? What is the rituals of family? Right? What is the rights of being a man? You want to be a man? What's the habits of a man?
See?
Right?
We get back
Develop
to
the habits
manhood.
of a man, and that's what you become. Develop the habits of a good man. Develop the habits of a good woman. That's what you become. So when you check yourself and you say, what are my habits? The culmination of your habits make you who you are.
All right, not to cut your wisdom. So I paused it because I wanted to also tell you and express this. You have gotten super better at this because, bro, at the beginning, bro, I swear you used to be understand me. You all you could hear was the Bay, bro. Or Oakland. All you could hear was that. I'm like, bro, like he really got it, but he really be sounding like he on some ism. You know what I'm saying? Which you are, but now, like as soon as I first heard you say, not to cut your wisdom, I said, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I said, yo, I practiced it instantly, yo. I practiced it, and I'm like, I started to see how, you know, people respond to that one. And I loved it. So I want to thank you for that one, brother.
And if you want to make a change in the pattern of who you are, change the habits of what you do.
This is true. Like I started it off, I said that I was an alcoholic. You know what I mean? For years, man, I used to be like, I used to just be like, why can't I stop this? Like, I'll say to myself, like, this is the last time, this is that. I was a super arrogant person because I'll get to this part of my life in a minute. But I was arrogant because of this. And yeah, man, I got trapped in that loop. I put myself in that loop for years, man, like 15 years, bro. Just like in and out of prison, trying to find myself again. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know who I was, but I thought I knew who I was. And I just kept following that light at the end of the tunnel, and it wasn't a train. And you know, I learned that there's a difference between abstinence and recovery. See, abstinence is okay. I've abstained from drinking, no drinks. Recovery is when you actually start to recover your mind. You got to go through this process. And I've only been through recovery one time. I've been abstinent, plenty of times. But I've only been through recovery one time. And there's a lot of things along the way that I can accredit that to. I don't even know if the gold water, I don't even know if that was like, if that played a part or not, but I definitely bought some when I was at that place, and I drank some of it, and I did have, like, my dreams were different. My dreams were totally different. And I was like, yo, he ain't just selling something that he ain't tried. Like, he know that this shit really worked. Anyways, let's get back to it. Peace, love, and light. I'm about to sum it up. Because, we already at 32 minutes. Damn, let me sum it up. Keys. This is who I am, man. TTB's anthem. If you heard, if you seen this, all right, yo, Keys, I made that beat. A lot of people didn't know that. That's because for about 15 years, I was just partying, man. Like, I thought I was on the right track until I got on the right track. This joint right here. See this right here? This is... Yes, I'm a part of the Crump Clown. I'm a part of the Crump and Clown movement. This is my culture. I am a legend in that culture. Guess what? So after I decided to get my life back together, I decided to go down the path of reclaiming or owning what was mine. And since a lot of people didn't know that I had made this music and my music continues to go viral, I decided to, the homie Beast put me on to this. It was his play. But what I said with my words was my idea. You know what I mean? Of how I can envision letting the world know who I am today.
Hold up. Hey, y'all heard this beat? This big viral on TikTok featuring Stoke the Yard. And guess what? I made this track. I go by Hitman, but they used to call me J-Type, the Crump Kid.
Yo, so that's the first video. That's my first joint. Peace to the guys and nurse.